Hello. Hello again, world. How are you doing today? It is March 29th, a Sunday, and I'm coming to you live from my living room in Michigan. And I am so happy and grateful that you're here, that I'm here, that you're tuning in. And it just was a moment in time. I've been meaning to come on live for a couple of days and just have a quick update and a quick chat. So, as always, I like to begin my conversations with you with a deep breath of life so we can center ourselves and remind ourselves that we are in this moment right now. There is a moment of connection together. Whether you're watching now or live or on the replay, please do make a comment and let me know. Put a heart on there. Share this with someone you would love to enter into the conversation. And let's have connection, even when we're remaining physically distant. So it's been on my heart and mind for a couple of days to come to you and share with you what for me has been turning out to be a soulful Sunday. So, wherever you are in your week or your world as you are tuning in, and I do invite you to tune in, not just to this broadcast, but tune in to the moment, tune in to yourself, tune in to that which is seeking to express itself. It's life all around us, even in the middle of uncertain or challenging times, and certainly historic and interesting times if we choose to look at it that way. So I would love it to follow my own advice. I'm going to go on to my Facebook page and I'm going to share so that others can join in the conversation. If you're on my Facebook page at AliciaMarie Belchak, speaker, writer, author, and life coach, you can leave a comment there and it will actually show up on my end different than in Facebook so that I can reply and put them on the screen and have this be a real conversation where you're able to interact and share. So I just want to share. So hit like, hit um, a love button, show me some love so that we know we're all together in this moment. Um, Taking a little bit of time. If you are like me and you've been working from home for some time, you probably notice more how the internet has changed now that everyone is working from home or connecting from home or doing just different things. Right? Maybe you've noticed that. And so sometimes things are a little slower, but I think that that's okay because even though we have these marvelous technology and we should be grateful and practice gratitude every day for that, it's okay to also remember that it's okay if we slow down. It's okay if it takes me a little longer to do what I think should be taking me just a few minutes. Or maybe take, you know, some time to distract myself, even if it feels like I should be focused on something. We do want to focus, and we do also want to be in the moment. So, again, if you're just tuning in, thank you for being here. And I invite you to take a breath of life in this moment and be grateful that we can breathe, that there is something happening here in this moment that we haven't experienced before, that we can be together even though we are far apart. So today has been extremely windy here in Michigan. And it has reminded me repeatedly of this idea, and I'm not exactly sure where it's said in the Bible or anything like that, but I'm reminded of this idea that you can look for God or the spirit of life, right? The universal essence that is us and everything around us. You can look for that in the roaring of the fire. You can look for that in the tempest of the sea during the storm. You can look for that in the loud winds, the gales that blow all around us. And it will not be found there. The sound you are looking for is found, the voice is found in the stillness, in the quiet of the inner spaces. The voice that is calling you from within. And only when we are quiet and we learn to center ourselves and become the eye of the storm, all the craziness around us, all the tempest, all the loud wind, you can look for the God of your knowing in those things. And the place where the call is happening is not there. It's not outside of you. It's inside, in the quiet. And only when we calm ourselves and become the eye of the storm are we able to access that, this inner sanctuary we all have. So in my own life, I have put into practices to help me do that more and more reliably. There are basic tools that psychology teaches us, that brain science teaches us, that spirituality teaches us, that just being a good human being can teach us. And what does it mean to be a good human being? We can grow ourselves through a process that I call taming the chaos. And more than now than ever, it seems to be that we are called to tame the chaos around us. So I want to just put that thought up here. And this is a hashtag that I've been using. So when you find yourself in the moment looking for inspiration, or you're looking for some thoughts to help you, I would love you to find this hashtag and know that there will be some information there for you. And if you have something that's going on in your life where you're finding the chaos of life being a little overwhelming or a little difficult, or you're a little distant, or you even found a way to bring it all together, and in this moment you found a way to be the eye of the storm, I invite you to post and share and use this hashtag, use the taming the chaos. I also use, I'll add to this, I also use another hashtag called Eye of the Storm. Because if you have ever thought about what happens inside a hurricane, there's an awful lot of wind and an awful lot of stuff happening, right? But in the midst of the storm, at the center of the storm, there is calm. There is peace. There is sunshine. There's clarity. It's quiet. It's sunny. And you could almost think that the storm was over. And it's not. Because the eye of the storm moves with the storm, right? So the next winds will come, but it can be hundreds of miles wide. And there's blue ocean and calmness and sunshine, and the birds come out again, and life seems to be normal. And then the next wave will come. So all around us, we can have this experience where the storm is raging. Things are changing. This is a normal life experience anyway. It's just we're living in an amplified time period where we are actually being called to grow ourselves into the experience so that we can be more centered and calm. So this wasn't where I planned to start the conversation, but this is where we've been led on our conversation today. And I just wanted to share with you that this is what I call taming the chaos. And it is part of becoming masterful in our own life. We can be the masters of our destiny and the masters of our soul. We master our mindset, we master our heart set, and we take action. We take action to make the world a better place. And there are so many great examples of that happening all around my community, I'm sure in your community too. So bring to mind right now in this moment a few, let's say two people that you have helped this week. And just bring that to mind. Was it somebody you called? somebody you texted, somebody maybe you bought groceries for and left on their doorstep. Just think of two people that you really helped today, this past week. And what did you do? And how did it make them feel? Bring that to mind and know you are an impact person. You are part of this process that we're all going through, this experience of life that we get to have, and gratitude in the moment that we get to have it and we get to still breathe. Constantly reminding myself that there is so many people having trouble breathing right now because of anxiety and worry, but also because of COVID-19 and the seriousness of this particular disease. So I wanted to share that with you. Go ahead and share with someone you love and share this idea that we can tame the chaos together because we're in a season of growing. I want us to think about that. This idea that we're entering into spring, we're entering into this time when we would normally be preparing, if you're in the agricultural community, preparing to plant the seeds soon, not yet, but soon, for what will eventually become the harvest in the fall. And this is so very, very important because we are actually doing that every day of our life in a different way through our thoughts, thinking of our thoughts as seeds, seeds that we can plant. So I had a dream the other night, about 2 nights ago, in my sleep, an actual like dreaming sleep. And I wanted to share it with you because there's something so powerful. And I just felt like I woke up from it. You know, when you wake up from a dream and it almost felt like a transformational moment. It was so visceral, it was so real, and it was right in that dawning hour so that I woke up with this experience still fresh and it carried with me for quite a few minutes. I would say even an hour or more, almost like living in two realities. I'm sure you've had that experience before. And it's so powerful for me because I pay attention to these things. One of the tools I teach people and I invite you to use is to pay attention to what we're paying attention to. Notice what we are noticing. And in this case, my dream just felt so real. And it was a dream that I wanted to share with you, as I think it was sending me personally a message and probably a message that others need to hear. And you may be one of those people who really needs to hear what I was experiencing and dreaming in my own dream. I have a few Facebook groups that I am running, so I want to make sure that this conversation is live over there too. So if you haven't been there, I invite you to come over to Restore Your Light, a place for positivity and support. And you can find a great group there having conversations about how to be supportive and shine ourselves up when we're feeling a little dim or down. And, you know, certainly we can do that in a lot of different places. So, again, thank you for joining me. Be sure to share with your friends. And I'm going to be doing this regularly, but particularly, I am specifically coming live for some conversations that I would love to invite you to be a part of. Tuesdays at 10 o'clock, right here on my Facebook page, which is in the link, the AliciaMarie Belchak public page for my speaking, writing, that I do. And I want you to join me there because we're planting powerful seeds. And right now, while our world is shaking, we can actually learn to stand firm and be productive, be fruitful, be creative, and create powerful transformation in our lives and those around us, and possibly, and I really believe this, for our entire world. There's some huge paradigm shift happening, and it's happening in part largely to the coronavirus and its manifestation in the world. It's an emerging situation that humanity has never dealt with. We have not had this since on this level really ever. The last pandemic would have been in 1918. And so in my lifetime and the lifetime of my parents, my grandparents, they may not have even experienced this. But we have technology now that we didn't have before. And we can have conversations that are critical to changing our minds, changing our hearts, changing our spirits and our bodies so that we can take action in a way that's even more powerful. So, this dream, let's get back to this dream, right? I don't want to leave you hanging. Just know that you can join me 10 a.m. Tuesdays, standing firm. We're doing that, and this is part of it. So, we're planting seeds. This dream was a dream in which I had been called up suddenly out of the blue to speak in front of a large multi spaced organization. I think felt like some sort of women's conference or a church group or something like that. And there was like this big conference group, but because of the situation, people were not in big groups and they were housed all over the place. So it was like this joint gag congregation gathering that was also disparate and separate. And I was called up out of the blue to provide the lesson, the speaking, the motivation of the day. And I wasn't quite prepared. And yet I knew it was okay. And I think this is interesting that in my dream, I felt unprepared and yet knew that it was okay. This often happens in real life for most of us, right? We're called up suddenly to take action, to do something, to deliver our skills, to deliver our talents, to step up to a new level. Think about all the healthcare workers that are stepping up right now, or the first responders, or the people who are working in warehouses and making sure goods are still showing up, or even moms and dads who are working from home and stepping up in their parenting with juggling all the things right now. There's so many times when we are called to deliver our gifts, our talents, our skills, our expertise, and even to learn more, and do it in ways that, and at times when we're not prepared, we don't feel ready, and yet there's the call, there's the requirement almost. We have to do it. Sometimes we don't have a choice. So I was called, I was unprepared, and all of a sudden I found myself with a microphone in my hand speaking over what essentially was a live, like a PA system, a public announcement system. So somewhere, all these rooms had speakers, and my voice was just me in a disembodied voice, coming over the loudspeaker to these people who had gathered to hear something, to hear a message of hope. And what I heard myself say in this dream, with the microphone in front of me, was kind of a robust, rambunctious, hey, are you ready to rumble kind of a feel to it. But it was this idea that, are you ready to grow? Are you ready to grow? Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Because we are planting seeds. In every minute of every day, we are planting a seed. Your thoughts right now are planting seeds. The question is it a harvest you really want? Is it a harvest you're ready to bear fruit for? Is it one you're going to be happy and grateful and proud of in 3 months or 6 months from now? And it was almost as if in my dream I could hear this collective shift in the energy, this collective rustle of people wondering, whew, am I ready to grow? But now more than ever, I heard myself say in the dream, with the microphone in front of me, and over the PA, over the loudspeakers came my voice, almost like I could hear it from different places coming back at me, this loudspeaker. Now more than ever, we must stand guard at the portal of our minds. Your mind matters. Now, of course, this is a quote from Emerson, one of my very favorite poets and authors of the earliest 20th century, excuse me. Uh, he talked a lot about this idea that you have to stand guard at the portal of your mind. So look him up, Ralph Waldo Emerson. He lived in 1803 to 1882, and he is a beloved icon of American free thought. But what does it really mean? We're planting seeds today for tomorrow and the harvest that we would like to have, or we're going to get whether we like it or not. As long as we keep breathing another 365 days, we will have results. But Emerson is inviting us to stand guard at the portal of our mind. Stand guard where those thoughts are coming and going. Stand vigilant so that we can let in and really bring in more power of positivity, more intensely focused, more thoughtful, managed ideas that are life giving. We don't want just any old thought rattling around in there for a significant period of time, right? So we want to be planting thought seeds. And so there I was in my dream having this microphone experience, speaking to hundreds of people through the loudspeaker. Stand guard at the portal of your mind. Because now, I said in my dream, because now is the time. Not tomorrow. You can't do anything about tomorrow. It's not even here. It's not even real. It's only as real as you make it in your imagination. But now your thoughts. What's going through your mind right now as you listen to me? And then in my dream, I heard myself say, I can't do it yesterday because yesterday is already gone. We can bring our memories in, we can harvest those, we can rehearse the bad experience or the worry or the doubt, but does it do us any good? Leave yesterday into yesterday, I said in my dream, and stand guard at the portal of your mind now. Plant the seeds now that will bear the fruit you would love to have tomorrow and the week after. We can do this. We can do this. So as I sat here on my Soulful Sunday, remembering my dream, thinking about the winds that are whipping around right now, it's gotten a little calmer, but there is rain outside. It was quite windy earlier today. This idea that we can be this taming the chaos, the eye of the storm, and that we can stand firm when our world is shaking. And this idea that we should stand firm, stand guard at the portal of our own mind, and let in only that which we must have for our own and highest good. Think about that. What is it that's calling and seeking to emerge? What are we planting for tomorrow? What is it that is rattling around in there that just needs to come out and be expressed so that you don't have to have it rattling around anymore? And maybe it needs healing, or maybe it needs growing. So I've been thinking about this, that this is really a season of growth. And whatever is going to happen on the other side of our time surviving the COVID-19, and I pray that each and every one of us does do that. In my own home state of Michigan, the numbers are continuing to rise. We have a very serious situation. I haven't looked at the numbers today, but yesterday there were 993 new cases. I would expect that number today to be the same or more. 993 new cases in one day. In one day. And Italy has been having this experience, and I think we're on pace to have surpassed them at this point in terms of the rapid number of new cases. But just like a virus, our thoughts can transmit so fast and so quickly. We might not even know we're transmitting them. in our being and in our energy. Have you ever been with someone who at the end of it you just felt kind of exhausted, kind of drained? Have you ever been with someone that at the end of it you just were like, wow, I feel so good. I feel life flowing. That was fun. That was not hard. We are transmitting every minute of every day these thoughts, whether we know it or not. So, what can we do to tame the chaos, be the eye of the storm, center ourselves, stand guard at the portal of our own mind, and pay attention to what we're planting? Just like my dream. So, in my dream, daylight came and I ended up waking up kind of in the middle of my phenomenal presentation, my phenomenal speech, but it lingered with me. It lingered. This idea that there are hundreds of people right now yearning to hear a message of hope. And so I'm here to share that message. It is a soulful Sunday for me, and I hope that it is for you. I hope that you come and stand firm with me on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. And I hope you breathe with me now and every day that we get to live. And know that we are standing firm, standing guard at the portal of our own mind if we choose to pay attention to what we're paying attention to. I believe my dream was a message not just for me, but for all of you watching that you need to hear. There's someone listening to this right now that needs to hear that you are stronger than your circumstances. You are stronger than anything you're facing right now. I want to really sink into that. This idea that, I don't even put it on the screen, you are stronger than any of your condition. We're here to grow. The paradigm shift is happening. The world is asking for it. COVID-19 is asking us for it. Take a big breath of life with gratitude that we can take a breath of life and feel this power grow within you. You are stronger than any circumstance or situation, any condition you're facing right now, because you're not your story. You're not your history. You're not even your destiny, whatever we design and decide that to be. You are far, far more than that. There's not one of us that can choose to breathe. You woke up this morning. There's a power breathing you that is greater than anything, and it is with you. I can't make my heart beat. I can't make myself wake up in the morning. It just happens, and I can spend a moment being grateful for that. There's something beautiful and wonderful and magical and mysterious seeking to express itself in every minute of every day. In our human side, we're going to forget that from time to time, and that's okay. We're here to have the full range of human experience. But we have an infinite side too. We have a side that's connected to nature that doesn't know. We don't have to know in our limited side, our human side, how it's all going to work out. We just have to know and trust that we are part of a bigger fabric that's going on in this universe at every minute of every day. So pay attention to what you're paying attention to. Plant thought seeds in your mind of hope, of possibility, of positivity, of humor, of laughter. Turn off the news once in a while, because whatever's happening out there, we have this beautiful moment to kind of cuddle up and quarantine ourselves and come into a place where we can practice our own mindfulness in the moment and learn to recondition ourselves so that we're planting seeds of prosperity, productivity, hope, love, compassion, right? We can plant seeds in our day-to-day experience now that every time we do, we can bless it, we can magnify it, we can amplify it. And over time, it will grow. And together as a collective, we become more powerful. Both individually, we are stronger than circumstances, and as a group, we are certainly stronger than circumstances. So, um, so on Tuesdays at 10 a.m., I am going to be leading specific content around this idea of standing firm while your world is shaking. And I'm here in the meantime. Again, I'm just feeling called on this particular Sunday with the wind coming around us. It reminds me of that story of how the divine spirit is seeking to express itself. And if you listen, the voice is calling, but it's not in the loud wind, in the bluster and the bluff. It's not in the fire and the flame and the thing that seems to be destroying everything around us. Although there's another story I could share about both of those ideas. But it's really in this quiet moment. So I can't, you go, you seek for the voice that's calling you, and it's not in the noise. It's in the quiet. It's in the stillness. It's in the deep within. And when we listen within, we will find that we are being called to tame the chaos, become the eye of the storm, stand guard at the portal of our own mind. This dream that I had where I came on the loudspeaker to share with everyone this idea that, are you ready to grow? That's the message. Are you ready to grow? Plant the seeds now for the growth that is happening. Stand guard at the portal of your own mind. Make sure that you are planting seeds of thought in a fertile place, free of weeds, and ready to receive the harvest when the time comes. So, I would just like to end with a brief reminder that one of my very, very favorite quotes from my mentor who certified me in life coaching. I also do business coaching. Mary Morrissey. She's a masterful woman, and I've been honored to follow her and to be trained personally by her. And one of the most powerful thoughts, speaking of thought seeds, that she has ever given me and that I use over and over again in my own life, and I invite you to do the same if it serves you, is this idea that the content of our lives is the curriculum for our evolution. So, whatever's happening right now in your life, in the world, we are on a spiral journey of evolution. This is a season for growing. This is a season for taking stock. This is a season for planting seeds. This is a season for preparing the table for the feast of the harvest that is yet to come. But you can't do it alone, more than likely. If you could, you would. You would already be doing it because why wouldn't you? The rewards are so great. Most of us need people and we need a structure of support. So my go-to person has been Mary Morrissey in this world and a few others. And I am here to be your person, to share my life experience with you, to connect even though we're socially connecting even though we're physically distant. We don't have to be separated. There is no separation. It's just how it looks in physical form is up to us. So we're connecting today, and I would love to have you on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. right here on my main Facebook page. If you're watching in a group or on my personal page, or if someone shared this, please do hit a like, and then go to the main Facebook page, the AliciaMarie Belchak speaker, writer, author, and life coach page, because that's where I'll be able to see comments show up, and I'll be able to respond and put them in real time, and we can have a real conversation. What's worrying you? What would you like to see more of? What would you like to see less of? What are you doing to navigate the difficulties? And would you like some help navigating the difficulties. Because if you're experiencing struggle or challenge, I can assure you, I probably have had the same experience and have come out the other side. We all have our stories, and I have heard many, many, many stories in my career helping other people. The last thing I want to say is you don't have to just wait for that moment of inspiration to come. You can actually create it. And there's a way to keep moving forward in the middle of challenge. And I had designed this idea before the whole COVID thing happened, but I really would like to invite you. That week was my birthday, and I had put it out there for $44, which is a steal of a deal. But I was turning 44, so I wanted to share with the world something to give in honor of life, in honor of what we're all here called to do. And even more now that this is happening and that we are navigating new and just new terrain, really. So this is a 4-week mini course designed to help you move from ordinary into extraordinary, how to take inspired action, how to center yourself, be the eye of the storm, how to approach the world in a certain way so that you can know where you're headed and really stick the landing in a way that you plant your feet firmly on the ground and in a way that helps you continue to take action, continue to take steps. There's so much opportunity, and now that you have time to learn to invest in yourself, I really encourage you to take this opportunity. We're going to do it Mondays at 2 p.m. and it's going to be a live class recorded. If you can't make it live, that's okay because you'll be able to access it later. And it's going to be a live class for you to ask any questions. And we're going to start tomorrow. I'm just going to put this up here. Mondays at 2 p.m., live class with recording. And you get that when you sign up for only $44, which again is a great deal. And we're going to start recording that tomorrow. So sign up there at the website that you see, and I will look forward to supporting you and seeing you there. This is a season of growth. What thought seeds are you planting? I've got multiple ways to engage and get help getting the right seeds planted. And if you have a question, please, please, please feel free to reach out to me. I do not want anyone to feel like they are left alone and don't have the help that they need. So just go ahead, email me. I'm going to put it out there for everyone. Email me, leave a comment, something so that we can connect and you can get your question answered. That's what I am really, really good at. I'm good at helping people ask the right questions at the right time so they can get the right answers. And when they have the questions, feel free to pick my brain about how I can help you. Okay, so I look forward to seeing you as early as tomorrow at 2 o'clock for our live class, Leaping Forward Together, 4-week mini course in honor of my birthday. And you can read all about that at that website, bit.ly/leap-mini-course 2020. And I look forward to everyone who wants to join on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. so we can have more of these critical conversations and live laser coaching about how we move forward, how do we stand firm when our world is shaking. So we're going to do more and more of that. And I wish you the most calm, centered, beautiful rest of your evening or day whenever you're listening to this. And be sure to share this, like it, help spread the word because I really want you and everyone to know you're stronger than any condition, any circumstance, anything you're facing right now. And there really is this main message that the content of our lives is the curriculum for our evolution. So we can learn to really tame the chaos and be the eye of the storm. And it begins with you choosing to bring peace into your moment, into your life. And as we end here, let's just do that with a moment of breath. And know all is well. Let's navigate the stormy seas together and find a way to stand firm. Namaste.